There we go. All right, you guys should be able to hear me now. That's always a good thing. I got the Rode NTG something shotgun mic over my head. All right, let me tune. I have a hankering. I don't know why. I've been going back and forth between the Tonemaster Pro, the Headrush, and the Helix. Also have a Kemper over here, a Kemper Stage. As much as I want to love it, I mean, the tones are there, but just getting around is not my favorite. And honestly, at this point, there's a lot of good qualities about all the different amp maulers or digital maulers. And so I have the Helix hooked up right now. Let's talk about the Helix for a little bit. And I honestly, I mean, I don't know anything, but I would be very surprised if they did not come out with a Helix 2.0 in the next year or so. Because one thing I think this needs is just screaming for way more DSP. Essentially, it just needs, I think Quad Cortex has 4 Shark processors and the Helix only has 2. And if the Helix had 4, my goodness, it would just be insane. I would love it. Honestly, it would be great. And then if it had a Bluetooth option, so I can stream Bluetooth and practice and stuff that way, it'd be killer. The Tonemaster Pro has Bluetooth. It also has, plenty of processing. I have 3 amp heads in the vast majority of my presets on the Tonemaster Pro. And they can do all the different delays and reverbs and overdrives and whatever else. So I think it's a good option there. Let me turn up my mic just a little bit more. So and here's the other thing that I'm doing currently is I have it set to where it is essentially, I have spillover turned on, or preset spillover turned on. And you do that by going to global settings. Oh man, you go into preferences and then the on preset spillover right there. You can either turn that on or off. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn it off. And what that's going to let me do is I can have 2 different signal paths here, and you can see that it's going out the one and then down to the other, and that allows me to have, I keep wanting to touch the screen, that allows me to put more of the wet effects down here to kind of get them out of the way. I have a Cali EQ, I have a LA Studio Comp, and then I have a 63 spring reverb. Let me go ahead and I'll just start off with this one because I like it. Let me move this over. So you have to select the block and then go to action. You can move it over. Actually, no, this would be fine. So if I add anything else before this, like more reverbs, like I'm going to do now, let's go with a mono. And what I've found out here recently is the dynamic series of reverbs kind of does have a nice shimmery, affected type reverb sound to them, as well as the glitz and the Ganymede and the Searchlight, all this other stuff. But let's just check it out. Ooh, that's strange. What are we doing here? Modulation down. Okay, let's go up to these other ones. Let's bypass them. Let's bypass that. Okay, I just want to hear the plateau right now. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? Kevin Carrick is in the house. Okay, as of right now, there's not a lot of big sky type things going on with it. but it sounds fine. It does have some pitch things in there, which I'll make this 12. And then the pitch mix I can turn up. I can turn the trails on. Okay, so that gives you a little shimmery type thing going on. Let's bring the synths up by 7 and this one down by 7. Then we'll also bring this one up by 12. Let's actually do 10 and 10 on this. Okay, a lot going on with that one. Let's turn down the mix. Turn the TMA off. Okay, cool. Now in this preset here that I made a while ago, I have a few different overdrives. So I have the Scream 808. I have the TMA, which I like. The compulsive drive. Because I think my goal was to kind of not have to have another amp in the signal chain and just do everything with dirt pedals. So if I want to tighten up the compulsive drive, I can just turn on the Tube Screamer. That sounds good. Let's go down and move these delays down as well. Let's go to Action, Copy Block, and let's go back to here, Action, and we're going to paste the block. Now, as of right now, this is the only way I can find on how to clear it. Because I want to move this down to the other path, but for some reason I can't just like move it. I have to do this kind of thing. Action, paste. Then go back up and then clear this one. Action, clear. Okay? Because what I'm going to do is let's move this block down. Move my amp block down. And this amp block is the Cali, Texas Channel 1. So it's just a good all around I just like the clean tone in general. It just sounds good. But just for fun, I have been experimenting with the original Line 6 amps, so the Clarity, the Aristocrat, the Carillion, the Voltage, the Kinetic, Oblivion, Vento, Elmsey, Electric, Doom, Epic, 2204 Mod, Fatality, Litigator, Badonk. The Badonk is insane. But the Clarity is literally, I mean, it's just clear. You can't really overdrive it, which may be what you want. And I found a chart somewhere online. Someone posted it in the Helix group or something, that they break down the DSP amounts per block or per effect type. So if you feel like you're adding a bunch of stuff into your preset and then you tap out of DSP, you run out of DSP, you can go back and use more of the legacy effects, which uses less CPU or DSP, whatever you want to call it, And they'll free up some extra DSPs so you can add in like a pitch block or a whammy or something. So hope that makes sense. Andrew Collins, Helix all day, every day. I knew you'd say that. Andrew, have you tried any of these, the Line 6 original effect or amps? Right now I have the Clarity in there. And what I found is, yes, you can turn the drive up, which is cool. Maybe turn the bass. And then there is a boost though. So what I found was if I crank up this boost, so now I'm getting a lot of boost there, which I don't want as much. But you're kind of pushing the front end of the amp. It actually doesn't sound as good as I thought it did. But now you can kick in like a T-Mall. Okay, and you can get any level of dirt that you want while still having a very clean, bass platform to work off of. I am playing a Kiesel CT6. This thing is pretty crazy. I have another CT6 right over here, but when I saw this on the Kiesel site, this one has a rosewood fretboard, and then a very tight curl on that top. It's like a 5A top, and I was like, you know what? I like maple fretboards, especially on PRS style guitars, which I deem this is the PRS killer. And it does have 24 frets. Yes, it doesn't have the little birdies on the fretboard, but it's still really nice. And then we have a flame headstock veneer or cap, and compulsive drive. All right, one thing. This is really cool. So, what we can do is go here and what can I do? I'm going to add in another amp and cab, and let's see what option I have if I've run out of juice. A lot of these, the vast majority are available for sure. But I went with a Ventu, and then go action, and then down the B path. Okay. Now what this is doing is putting something in parallel. So I can actually have, let's say for my main amp, I'm never going to use the Tube Screamer. So I can do something like this. Let's go action. Let's move it down like that. Maybe move this down like that. Action. Let's move this one down like so. And I could add another EQ possibly, but I'm not going to worry about it right this second. So now you're dealing with splits, and this is a feature I'm fairly new to. But look at this. We have a split Y. We have a split AB. So I can add something to a switch and then just AB between them. I can do a split crossover, and I can do a split dynamic, which means that I can set it to where if I play really soft, it'll be a certain sound. Then when I play louder, it'll add in that other effect on the B layer, and it's Why didn't I know about this like 10 years ago? I don't know. I mean, it's only been around since 9 years, but still, it's a great little feature. So Andrew, please tell me that you're using the split option, because I think it's pretty cool. Let's go back home. I am going to make. Let's do this. I'm kind of exploring a little bit, but feel free to ask any questions that you have. So action is going to move this split right here. So essentially what we have is the inputs coming in. I have the Kinky Comp, then the T-Mall, and the compulsive drive. Let's just say, for example, I don't want the compulsive drive in there. Let's just go to none. Okay. So we have the amp, and then it keeps going to the tremolo, then it comes down into the delay, and the which one is this one? This is the duck delay. Let's move this like that. The auto volume echo, the duck delay, reverb plateau, graphic EQ, LA Studio Comp, and a basic run-of-the-mill reverb. Like that. Okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is this. Let's go to this split. This is a split Y. We're going to do a split AB. Even split. Route to B. Yeah, so it's going to be even split. And then what we can do is actually add, check this out, assign foot switch to bypass selected block. Okay. Let's do this again. So now we got a split AB. So I'm going between, I'm either going between the top path or the bottom path. When I'm going to the bottom path, I am bypassing that other amp. So let's make sure I'm doing this right. Action, let's move it right there. I'm not doing something right. I'm not doing something right. Okay, maybe I gotta do that. Ha! I'm hearing both. I'm hearing both. Okay, let's do this. Somebody help me out. Split Y. I'm learning how to do this as we go. Sorry. All right, I'm clearly doing this wrong. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong. So, let's do this. Let's move this back up. And we're going to take this one off. Okay, so this I'm going to bypass, and now it's going to toggle like so. Okay. All right, now at this point, we can do something that we can set up snapshots. So 8 different snapshots we can call up and switch between all kinds of different options here. So let's say on snapshot 1, we want that amp to be off, that one to be off, that one to be off, that one to be, that's off, everything else is on. Okay, so we'll hit save. Okay, snapshot 2 is gonna have that one. I need to get rid of this B path. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I'm messing it up. I just want to delete it, but I'm not sure how. Okay, that's the merge mixer right there. All right. Anyway, right this second, I'm going to turn on that and turn that one off. How about that? So, 1, we have nice and clean. Then we got to turn off this. Hit save. Alright, so I've been using my Headrush Toolmaster Pro. My Headrush MX5 as well. It literally is really good. I use it at church on Sunday, and it just works. It just works. Do I have the 3 something firmware? Yes, I have the I'm on 3.70. Maybe there's a later one. I'm not sure. But this one's fine. So now, what's really cool is this. And this is something that you can kind of do on other devices, but not as slick, is if we want to adjust the drive, for example, we just have to push on the knob and then turn like that. And there's like a vertical line that shows up. So now we can actually make this like a lower gain kind of thing. Sorry, I'm out of tune at the moment. But on snapshot 3, let's go back here. All this stuff is being turned on when I do this. Bypass, 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 bypass. Save. Now, so the same amp, I can now have the drive be higher, maybe the volume lower, and then save it. Now I have 3 different gain structures going on. I have nice and clean. Let me tune it again. I have put the Toolmaster Pro right here in front of me on the board or on my desk as a easy way to just plug in and jam and record and do whatever. Okay, that's better. That is better. This also has a high pass filter, which I can make that be snapshotable. Okay, that sounds good. Go to snapshot 2. So really at this point, I don't have to have overdrive pedals if I don't want. Especially with the high pass filter, the more gain I have, I can just roll up the high pass filter and knock off the low end. Let me roll that up a little bit. Ooh, man. This is nice. I also love the fact that I can, just tap a switch and the controls show up there. It's just magical is what it is. It's magical. It is magical. So with that said, let's just go ahead and let's clear this block because I don't even want it. I don't want it in here. I'm just going to keep this really simple. And at this point, I could get away with having just one line. I wonder. But you can see that I'm already using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks down there. 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I think I can only fit 8 on a line or on a DSP chip. So I'd definitely be running out of space if I did that. So, but it is what it is. Let me actually take off that filter. Bring up the depth. See what other things we got. We got a master volume, a ripple. Not too fond about the cab. Let's change the cab up, shall we? Let's make it a... let's keep it a greenback. We'll make it a greenback 30. Okay, that 2.8 is the cap edge. Now, on the screen, you're not seeing how the mic is actually moving around like you would on the HX Edit, but it works just the same for sure. I'll bring the hi cut down. Someone give me a thumbs down. I have no idea why. Come on, folks. Don't be rude. All right, now let's save that. Someone give me a thumbs down. You must be really bored, folks, if you're giving me a thumbs down on this nonsense. This is a duct delay. I'm going to change that. Let's just go to simple delay. Mix down. Turn the tails on. Cool. I mean, I like that. I also like this heliosphere. Because what it does is it gives you it just gives you a good sound. There's a reverb blended in there as well. Turn the trails on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm fine with that. So now what we have is this. We can turn that on. Here's playing clean sound. A rhythm sound. All right, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to level match these things. So turn the volume down on that. And then go to this amp. Okay, save. Go to snapshot 3. Okay, save. Snapshot 4. All right, so really at this point, these are good like 4 gain stage things where I have clean. I can I can do anything from I could do some jazz on it if I wanted to. I could probably stand to bring down the treble a little bit, maybe bring up the mids. Turn that treble down a lot. Cool. I like that. Now, let's go to snapshot 5. And let's keep everything on. We're going to turn on the tremolo. Turn the mix down on this. I like it. Snapshot 6. Let's make it to where we have a really ambient type option here. Let's turn the mix up. Turn the feedback up. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing in the knob and then I'm turning as I go to make the mix higher. Save that. And then I will turn on this little dude. We'll turn the mix up on that. Go ahead and make it snapshotable. We'll turn the pitch of the pitch mix down. Down even more. Yep. Okay. Good. All right. That's good. Let's maybe bring the pre-delay up on this sucker a little bit. And we'll bring the pitch mix back up. Okay, so that's that. Here's this one. On my tremolo sound, I usually do like having a delay on. So maybe some more feedback. like that. I feel like the decay could be a little bit longer on this. Bring the pre-delay up. All right, snapshot 7. We're going to go back. Turn on the clean amp. We'll definitely turn on the auto volume echo. Turn that one on. Turn that one on. Yes. So. All right, now, I like this. This is working good. So we're back to clean. Snapshot 2 is my rhythm. Just still a little dirty. Let's bring the drive down on that and the volume up. So it's just like for the yeah, for the palm muty type, you know, drive stuff. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. Okay. Now, this is not saying that I'm voting the Helix to be the end-all be-all of maulers. But, I mean, you can see that if I can make 6 to 7 or 8 snapshots and get all the sounds I would need for a recording session or whatever, then, I mean, you can pretty much make it do anything you want. All right, now this one is really meant for like the big chorus. So yeah, we'll bring the presence up a little bit. But I'll bring the drive down a little bit so it's not so crazy. So it's really meant to do this. It's meant to go from clean to rhythm to more drive. I probably want to bring that bring up the channel volume. And then 4 is my all-out, you know, lead sound. And since most leads need to be kind of over the band, I'll go ahead and turn that channel volume up as well. Now, there are plenty of high gain amps in the Helix, but I really feel like that, I mean, this one, the Vento, whatever they're trying to model, it's probably just like a JCM 800 kind of thing. Whatever they're trying to do, I mean, this has plenty of gain where you can get that really low edge of breakup kind of sound. You can get full on craziness if you want to. Okay, and also I have the Cali Q graphic. So what this is doing is like those little sliders on a Mesa Mark IV, Mark V, Mark 7, whatever those type of amps do. So if I want, I could put this 750 in the snapshot, make it snapshotable, and then also do the same thing for the 2200 and just bring that up about 1 dB. And what this is going to do is this. It's going to, because all the other snapshots are definitely scooping the mids a little bit. But on the lead sound, I'm going to bring the mids back up about 2 dB. Okay, then going back here. So at the same time as you're adjusting the gain, you're also adjusting the EQ after the amp, which is fully shaping the sound however you want. If you're not adding an EQ after your amp, then shame on you, because you totally should be. There's 10-band EQ, or like 10-band graphic EQs. There's 7-band graphic EQs. There's parametric EQs. And each one does a little something different to the sound. And you can totally shape the sound however you want. It's pretty amazing. You could take a JCM 800 style amp and make it into a Mesa Boogie, dual rec if you want to, just by adjusting the EQ a little bit. So it's pretty nuts what you can do. This, which is why I'm comfortable using this Ventu amp as my high gain or my gain sound, because I know that just by adjusting a little bit of EQ after the fact, I can make this thing sound however I want. Just for example, if I want to scoop the mids even more, let's just scoop them like down 6 dB. Versus going all the way up, back up to 0. Right? Just tons of scoopiness going on there, which that's way too much. But I'll put this back on the -2 for my solo boost. But when I go back to my rhythm, those scoops are the mids are scooped, more gently, and it just gives you a great sound. So, yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. So, with all this said, not saying that the Helix is like bottom of the heap, because you can do a lot with the Helix just as it is. But if they did come out with a Helix 2.0 that had more DSP and the Bluetooth, I mean, that would be enough for me. Andrew Collins, what do you do for Bluetooth? Do you use Bluetooth at all? And if you do you add a Bluetooth receiver like in maybe one of the loops somehow? Or what do you do? Let me know. Because I'd be interested to see what other guys do with the Helix that want to maybe practice via Bluetooth, silently, maybe in the green room back off the stage, or maybe your hotel room, maybe back at your house, wherever you're jamming or practicing at. Or do you just take a phone and like hardwire it into like the phone jack or the aux jack, which you can, but nowadays our phones don't have, auxiliary output. They don't have headphone outs. So I can't do that. And as far as I know, there's no Bluetooth on the Helix. I'm pretty sure there's no Bluetooth at all. So, I'll look one more time. But I'm pretty sure there's not. Guitar pad in, phantom power, mic in low cut. That's cool. Yeah. Line is 1/4 inch outs. I did see somebody was suggesting make the XLR outs be mic level instead of line level, which is fine. I'm actually using the 1/4 inch outs on this one right here. The send is instrument. The return is instrument. Yeah, that's all fine. There is a reamp option on here, which is USB 7 for reamping. Sample rate's 48K. Pretty cool stuff. The headphones is multi. Okay. Yeah, there's not going to be Bluetooth on this thing. No way in the world. But it's the way it is. So Andrew does not use Bluetooth. So sometimes I just like it. I'll set up my modeler in the living room while I'm watching basketball or something, and I'll just throw on some headphones. I'll watch TV. I'll play along with some backing tracks, or maybe practice for the next Sunday service or whatever it is. And so you got to have a way to get audio into the auxiliary jack in the Helix. Otherwise, it's a no-go. You just can't do it. You could take your laptop and go headphone out of the laptop into the auxiliary jack on the Helix, and that would that would work. But now you got to have a laptop, whether that's a Windows or a Mac, and it's just one more thing to deal with. So it's the way it is, man. I need some thumbs up on this video to outdo the one thumbs down that somebody gave me. I'm telling you, these people are just bored out of their minds. Now, what am I doing here? This is my ambient sound. It's my swell sound. And then 8. I don't really have I don't have a need for 8. All right, so for all you Helix guys out there, I will finish naming these snapshots. And then if you want to go support me on my website, I have a Helix presets pack that has a lot of different Helix presets I've made over the years. And it's just a one-time fee of $20. And that gets you all the Helix presets I'll ever make. And that's just a good way to support what I do here. So don't worry about super chats. Don't worry about any tip jars or anything. Just go to my website, purchase a product that applies to you, whether you have a Helix or a Headrush or a Fractal or a Kemper. Maybe some Toemaster Pro stuff coming out soon. Who knows? That might be an option in the future. And yeah, it'd be fun. So I want to hear from you guys. What kind of... I know we got Headrush out there. We got the Toemaster Pro. It's a great option. I honestly think the Toemaster Pro is a collaboration or collaboration. I don't know how you say it. Amalgamation. It's an amalgamized unit between. It's got some Helix things about it. It's got some quad cortex things about it. Definitely a touchscreen like the Headrush. It has a similar form factor to the quad cortex, but slightly bigger, which I prefer. I had a quad cortex for maybe 3 or 4 months, and I sold it off because I didn't like the workflow of the quad cortex. Let's see, what else about the Toemaster Pro is cool? It doesn't have scenes yet, but maybe they'll come in the near future. Who knows? But other than that, I mean, the Toemaster Pro actually sounds really good. It has plenty of DSP, so you can add tons of effects and amps and things in there. And then you can currently use Switch Link to switch between everything. And all that. So Andrew, thanks. I hope you like the presets. I've been I've made a lot of different Helix presets over the years, and they all sound good. There's like some Switchfoot type stuff in there, some Metallica, just like anything from pop, rock, country, blues, jazz. I mean, all kinds of genre specific type rigs or presets in there that will work for all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I have FM9. I do have fractal presets on my website. Anything about the FM series that the Tonemaster Pro has? I can't think of any, really. I mean, the main feature that the Fractal has is it has a mix knob and it has input and output volumes, like for every block. And, pretty much all the amp blocks have volume controls on the Helix. There's volume controls for everything pretty much on the Tonemaster Pro. There's volume controls on the Fractal. So that the importance of that is this. You really want to be able to match the volumes if you're switching between a clean amp and a overdrive amp or distortion amp. And on the Headrush right now, there's not a good way to do that. And that's the only thing that's suffering on the Headrush is that kind of extra adjustability on the different blocks. That may be coming soon. I'm not sure. Hopefully they'll add something like that in the near future. But as far as matching levels, it's just something you have to have on a digital modeler. Yes, it's great to be so pure and true to the original amp that maybe you don't add those extra things. But if you're dealing with anything digital, you have to have a way to gain stage all your different volumes and balance everything correctly. Otherwise, you can't do stuff like this. You can't have a clean amp, right? And then go to a rhythm amp. Because what if that didn't have a separate volume control on that amp? Now I'm having to add maybe another EQ block afterward the amp, and then have that turn on at the same time as the dirty amp, and use the EQ or maybe some kind of boost to boost the level to match the level of the clean amp, and just back and forth. It's just nuts. So now the Fractal stuff, you can do similar things like snapshots, as in actually controlling parameters per scene. But you have to go into like controllers and modifiers, and like it's a whole fiasco of trying to just set it all up. It is not quick and intuitive. You definitely have to watch some videos. You definitely have to read the manual. And I sold all my Fractal stuff. I really did. Yes, I have Fractal presets on the website. So if you're still a Fractal guy and you love the Fractal and you want to help support me through the website, then just go buy my Fractal presets there. And there's plenty there to play with and have fun with. So, but to me, the sound is great on the Fractal, but it wasn't worth the work of you had to put in to learn the unit, to go adjust things quickly, like you can on the Helix or the Tonemaster Pro or the Headrush. The Quad Cortex is pretty quick to adjust things, but it is what it is. So now I've had the Helix on sale on the marketplace for a while. No one's biting. Maybe everyone's holding out for the Helix 2.0 or something. Who knows? But I got all these guitars I got to try and pay for, and I can't keep everything. So plus, I have the Helix native plugin. So if I really wanted to have a Helix flavor here in the studio, I would just use the native plugin and, just use that. So I don't have to have the hardware at all. I do, somewhere, I still have the HX effects, and I am thinking about getting a Tonex, possibly, because they are cheap. I mean, they're like $3.99. and that gives me tons of amps. They've added recently multiple modulation and delay types, more reverb types, which is really cool. And my wife is calling, and so yeah, a Tonex is a cool option, but then that's another piece of gear that you have to add into the loop of something else, and making those two talk to each other if you want to like change presets on one and have it talk to the other device. It's just a whole thing. So I'm trying to stay away from pedals and multiple things that you have to like put together, and I just want to have, you know, all-in-one units essentially that allow me to create out the preset all within the unit, have different scenes or snapshots, so I can do that, and then I can also go in and still, you know, I can you know, assign different stomps to a foot switch that way. But I do like the snapshot kind of thing. It makes it easy. Now, since at this point I'm not really too concerned about having separate stomps, let's go into the global settings here. And let's go to my foot switches. And I'm going to have in my my preset snap, my preset mode switches, this is going to be I'm going to make it all stomps or snapshots, sorry. Let's see if this works. Stomp mode can be 8 switches. Yeah, that's fine. Manual return, auto return. Banks up and down switches is going to switch between presets. It's kind of neat. So let's save that. And now what's happening is this. So here's my stomp mode, or my preset stomp. So it's essentially going into snapshots. And I can change between different presets this way. So there's my 15A, 15B, 15C, like that. And then go into stomp mode, and there's my snapshots for that. That's a way of doing it. Or I could do preset mode. Preset snap. Okay, so you're kind of seeing, how do I want to do this? Snap preset, snap stomp. Stomp snap. 8 presets. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to deal with snapshots for now. I think that's fine. Got to hold it down. All right, so there's my banks. So I can go back here, and there's snapshots. But now I'm not able to see. I'm not able to see my my snapshots really. Let's try this. Just try this one more time. Andrew, if you're still watching, what do you prefer to do here? Because at this point, I think I would like to have, I want to be able to choose a preset. And then swap up and down. Oh, I see. Yeah, kind of what you have to do at this point is this. You have to choose a preset, and then double tap on the bank to see your snapshots, which is not bad. Because if you're not switching a whole lot anyways, then you just choose the preset you want, hit these two switches, and now you're seeing all your snapshots. Then you can hit cancel, go back to your presets. You have the option to go into stomp mode, so you can just turn on and off different things, which is fine. That's another way of doing it. And then maybe I want to hit, preset 15B. And now go into my snapshot mode. Go back like that. Here's another preset I've made in the past. Okay, that's a fatal amp, which is cool. But let's try the badonk here. The honky tonk badonky donk. Okay, I also like the Doom. Okay, they're all very similar, just different flavors of stuff. Here's the Epic. And once again, this is where the EQ is really going to help shape the sound overall. Andrew says, I basically use the snapshots on all my presets, clean, crunch, and dirty. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's keep going on these amps here. We got the Doom, the Electric, the Oblivion. See, at this point, I'm not hearing a lot of difference between the amps. Or at least the gain amps. But we'll turn the volume down there. We'll hit save on that. See what kind of cab I'm doing. This is an open cream back. Let's do something different. Let's do like a Brit 30. Okay, now the cab, let's talk about cabs for a second. It doesn't matter what modeler you have, but the cab is going to make a huge difference in the overall sound that you're getting. Like I could just keep one amp right here and just cycle through all the different cab options, and that would be drastic sounds. Because a greenback is going to have more mid-range than a vintage 30 speaker, which is going to have a different character than a T75, which is going to have a different character than a Blue Alnico speaker. Just all these different speaker types give you so many different variations in tone that just keeping one amp and then changing the speaker will go way farther than worrying about, I have to have that one more amp. It's like, no, you really don't. I'm sorry, all the guys that want to have even more amps out there, but I mean, just listen to these Line 6 original amps. I was changing between multiple variations of high gain amplifiers, and they all sounded so similar. But I got a more drastic sound once I changed the speaker cab that I was using. And it's just amazing. It's just night and day difference, really. Then you have the difference between microphone types, and then where you place the microphone on the speaker, how far away the microphone is from the speaker, the on and off axis, the low cut and the high cut, just all these different variations in tone. That's all happening at the speaker level, and doesn't matter what kind of tubes you have or what kind of gain stage the amps have. the speaker cab is going to make the biggest difference. So, Headrush, Toastmaster Pro, Helix. Yes, you can change cabs on the Kemper. Fractal, Quad Cortex, the Ampero stuff. I mean, just all the different, the Boss GTX or GT10 or GX10, whatever the new Boss unit is. They all literally do the same thing. Okay. So if you're over here with the FOMO, fear of missing out syndrome going on, it's like, dude, whatever you have right now in this moment, you can do the vast majority of things you'd ever want to do with that unit. And then after that, it's really just a matter of, okay, do you have enough switches to do what you want? Do you have to add more switches if it's a smaller unit? If it's a bigger unit, you probably have everything you need. Especially if you have a Helix floor. Yes, it doesn't have everything the Fractal has. It doesn't have a touchscreen. It doesn't have Bluetooth. It doesn't have a lot of things. But the Helix that came out in 2015 can do so much. It's more than worth its weight in gold. And whether you're playing out live shows, if you're doing recording, it can literally do everything you'd ever want to do. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's turn out this high cut, which is going to adjust the sound a lot. Let's see what I'm doing here with my dynamic microphones. Let's do an SM57. Let's back off the position here. Let's do the cap edge. Let's bring the high cut down even more. Let's see how low we can go with this high cut. Okay, so that high cut is at 3.7. Let's just make it 3.5 just to make it a nice even number. We'll also bring up the low cut about 100 hertz. Okay. I can bring in the tube screamer. And then one more thing I can do. Let's bypass this amp. Let's bring in another amp. The amp here, the guitar. Okay, we're going to go down. And see, we have a lot of this grayed out. Let's go with the Aristocrat. See what this one does. Okay, this is not going to be squeaky clean. It's going to be more like that Vox AC30 style, like edge of breakup kind of sound. Let's turn the treble down on this. Bring the volume back up. That's nice. It works. And it also will work really well if I add this to a switch, go over to my other amp, add it to a switch, and now I just have an A/B switch right here. I can switch between the different amps. So now I have a clean. Go back, turn the channel volume up on this. I kind of wish it did have. I've been going a little long, but it's fine. I kind of wish this had a DSP meter on the screen somewhere. Because as you start adding blocks, you really don't know when you're running out of juice. until it's too late. So what we have here is a reverb hall. So there's a lot of stuff grayed out when I tried to add that second amp. And there's a wall pedal in there, which is cool. So yeah, I could take this setting here. I could probably make it a little cleaner. Turn the volume up like that. Okay, that's nice and clean. But that doesn't mean that in my snapshot setup process, I could have that be my clean sound, then go to the next snapshot, bring the drive up, bring the volume down, another snapshot, maybe switch to the other amp with a lower gain, then a fourth snapshot with the higher gain. And now I have 4 different gain stages with 2 different amps. And wow. Okay, right? Now let's just try this real fast. Let's see how dirty this thing can get. Let's go all the way up the drive 10. Gargantuan Metal, you're new to the channel. Welcome. Thanks for watching. The Rev Purple and the Badonk heads into some purchased IRs. Yep, that works. So really you can see that the power of the Helix is within the snapshots. That allows you to add less elements, but you can just adjust the parameters of those elements between the snapshots to get even more sounds, which is amazing. So the Aristocrat it's not a full-on metal sound. That's just a good, to me, that's a good classic rock type sound. Let's bring it down to like 8. That sounds good. And then one more thing we can, see, for some reason I can't add anything else. So what's going to happen here is this. Let's bring this down to path 2. Let's see if I can now add something. No, I can't. See, I've run out of DSP. So what I'm going to have to do is I think I can bring this amp down to here, maybe. And then go back up here. Let's just experiment with this action. Let's bring it like that. And now let's see if I can add anything. Yes, I can. So now that I've added something there out of the path, I just replaced my delay pedal. Anyway. So I'm going to cut some of that 750. Maybe boost him 2200. And then bypass it. Go back on. it off, go back to my clean. Okay, so I'm gonna have to research a little bit more about that B path and make sure I'm fully understanding how to route all that. But so far it's working pretty good. I can bring the volume of this down. Okay, so what am I gonna do is I'm gonna hit that. Snapshot 1 is gonna be that bypassed, this on, and I'm going to push and turn the knob till I get that line. Same thing you gotta do on the H6 effects and all the other stuff. Turn that one on the channel volume, all that. Maybe go ahead and do it on all the EQ options here, just to say I can. Okay. Okay, I'm probably gonna want. Yeah, I'll keep it like this for now. Okay, we're gonna save it. Now we're gonna go here, and let's take the same amp and let's just drive it up. Not too crazy. Okay, back to snapshot 1. Cool. Snapshot 3 is going to be that amp bypassed. That one turned on. And we'll go ahead and turn on our Cali. And I'll move that as well. We'll add some delay. Wow, look at all this. Why am I running out of DSP so fast? What is in this preset that is so crazy? I mean, surely it's not like the wall pedal. And the reverb hall is just a legacy reverb. Distortion screamer, that's legacy. I'll clear that block. That should free up a little bit. Let's go with the legacy on this one. Maybe a ping pong. Okay, we'll make this quarter notes. 3, 4. All right, this is definitely giving me more of a, no, this is going to be more of a straight up rock kind of preset. Not a lot of tremolo or, you know, crazy stuff. All right. Let's bypass that. And definitely make sure that the trails are turned on. Gotta have that. And now for snapshot 4, we will turn on the delay. And we can also go in and lower the bass a little bit. We can probably turn on our distortion screamer. Like so. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'll turn the bass back up. So the tube screamer is always going to roll off that extra low end that you don't want when you engage it. So okay. Sorry for the Rick Springfield type riffage. That's the way it is. Dwight Bailey says it sounds good. Cool. The honky tonk, but donkey donk. All right, now for this one, I should see. I have all these other options available now because I'm on a totally different DSP path or a chip. So now I can bring in maybe the dynamic bloom like that, and this is going to be on. Let's do this. Let's put the modulation down here. Just a basic 60s bias trim. Actually, let's move it. Let's put, because even though you may be in like a hard rock metal band, sometimes you just want a nice ambient option. And, you know, that's what it is. So bypass. Let's bypass that. Okay, let's go into snapshot 5. This is where our vintage swell is going to come in. Stop it. Stop it. I know what just happened there. Let's bring the mix down. Threshold, attack time. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go back to my amp. Let's bring this down, make it cleaner. Jado. Bring the mix up of that. Bring the decay out pretty long. Whoa. Okay, I don't like the dynamic bloom. Let's do the ambience. Even shape. Interesting. Room size. What's my... Turn the trails on. Let's make it long. I'm experimenting here. Let's do the dynamic hall. Interesting. All right, so I need to go turn this off. Okay. So So this is like the breakdown kind of part of the song, and then you're backed up. Then back to... Alright, notice what happened here. Okay, that cuts off, which I don't want. So, we're going to have to do this. Make sure the tails are on for all these things, which the tails were off. So that's good that we checked. And the tails are on for that. That's good. Let's go back here. Why is it just cutting off? It makes no sense. Trails are off. Trails are on. Happy trails are... Here we go. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It's not ringing out. There's definitely some, as good as this is, I still think the Toemaster Pro beats what this can do as far as DSP and how many things you can add and setting up the switch links and whatever else. Anyway, that's my opinion on this right now. I'll cast a vote for the Headrush Prime. I've been happy with it. I recently developed a couple killer bass tones for it even. Great. Well, that's cool. Yeah, so the MX5 I'm definitely still liking. Got the microphone like right here. You can't see it, but I can. Well, actually, you can kind of see it. It's just right there. Break that out of the shot. Headrush is great. Don't get me wrong. It's really, really good. There's just a few things that other modelers have that I wish the Headrush had. And if I'm being really honest right now, the Toemaster Pro is everything I kind of wish the Headrush would have been or could have been. That's just the way I see it at this point. Yeah, you really can't beat the Toemaster Pro at all for anything. So, for example, let me play a little Toemaster Pro for you. You're not going to see this, but you can hear the sweet tones happening. The sweet tones. Come on, I want to plug it in. There we go. Okay, so what I have going on with this, what I have going on here is this. Let me move the mic over my head so you can kind of hear it. Whoa, it's in my face now. That's not good. Okay, here we go. Toemaster Pro, what I have going on, you're still not going to really see this. Whoa, that doesn't look good at all. Let me change this around. Howdy. Alright, so this rig is called the Mesa Mayhem. I'm just using this Mayhem kind of deal. And what I'm doing is I'm switching between 3 different amp heads on 3 different switches. So here's my clean, here's my double rec, which is the dual rec sound. Then I have the Marksman channel 2, which is like your Mark 3 or Mark 4 or whatever it is. Then Then I have the option to kick in a little green box, which is the tube screamer. I can kick in the, go back to the clean, which is squeaky clean, and then kick in the enchanter, which is the T-Maw, or the Timmy, Paul Cochran Timmy. I'll turn the treble down on that. Which is cool. And then yeah, I got some tremolo. Then I have a swell delay. Then I have a Memory Man delay, stereo Memory Man. So, what I've essentially done is, no matter what modeler, I'm over here, no matter what modeler I'm using, I pretty much dial in the same sounds. I just need a clean, a rhythm, maybe a slightly heavier rhythm, a lead, an ambient patch that has nice cleans, but also has lots of reverb and delay and stuff, a swell option, and then a tremolo. Those are the 8. Count them, all 8. I have 8 sounds I really use all the time, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's going to be a Helix or a Towmaster Pro or a Headrush or a Fractal or a Quad Cortex or even a Kemper. Those are the core sounds I'm going to use the vast majority of the time, okay? Now I can go in and I've swapped out, here's like a 3, the 5153 type thing. What I have here is a green channel. It's already kind of dirty. Here's the blue, which I feel like that level needs to come up a little bit. And then here is the red channel, the 5153 red channel. Okay, now I don't have the ambient stuff in here really, even though I do have some delay options for each of those channels. Right, a little bit of delay. So I could go in and add a tremolo patch and some kind of ambient swell type thing going on, but honestly, I mean, you know, I don't have to have the same preset just remade with different amps. I mean, once you get a sound that you like, there's really not a whole lot you have to do. Here's another one. So here's like I'm using SwitchLink for all this, but here's like a clean ambient kind of thing. Then I just have a clean sound. Then I have a lead ambient. And then a plain lead sound. And then a lead with delay. Then a tremolo. And then a swell. Now, this is the difference right here. And I'm gonna hang it up after this because I've been going for a while. The difference between all these units for me are the ambient options. Okay, so the type of delays you have, the type of reverbs that you have, and this kind of reverb here, this is really nice. Let me go to my my middle position. Okay, that's not a verb sound I was really getting on the Helix. It sounded good on the Helix, but it wasn't that really ethereal, angelic type reverb that you would get from a Big Sky or a Cloud reverb or something like that. So if, at this point, if I had to choose, regardless of size or any other options, I would probably go with the Toemaster Pro because that has the reverb sounds I really like to hear when I'm doing this ambient swell type stuff. It's just so nice. Let's see if I have one more option in here. Here's a Blues Junior, which I really like. I didn't have any switch link options set up on that. Here's a Princeton. This one is pretty cool. So this one has a plain Princeton amp, which is nice, with a little bit of EQ after it. Then I have it pushed. Then I have it pushed more. Then I have a rhythm delay. Then I have a lead. And that's just basically the amp cranked all the way up with the overdrive in front of it. I have an ambient lead. And just a plain ambient that's clean. Maybe turn down my master volume a bit. Then I have my swell. Then I have my trim delay. Then it's back to my clean. Here's a closer look at this guitar. Look at this sweet Kiesel goodness. My golly, it's just nuts. So if you're looking for a PRS that actually has stainless steel frets and made in the USA and all the stuff, then definitely consider a Kiesel CT6, because for around that $2,000, $2,300-ish price range, which you're going to pay more for that than a PRS anyway, you really can't beat a Kiesel at all. It's amazing. NJ Devil is in the house. What's up, man? You have the Fractal FM3 and the Toemaster Pro, which are both great options. So, all right, I'm really happy with all this. Now at this point, I think if I'm going for more of a classic rock, country-ish kind of deal, I would stick with this preset. Right? I know what I'm playing. But then if I was wanting to do more hard rock type stuff, then I would definitely do... I would probably... What's my Soldano here? No, I'm not. I mean, that one's good, but I have a Uber. Yeah, the Uber Shaw type thing. That one's nice. Here's a Tang. The Tang is the orange amp. This has 3 different amps in it. Pretty cool. I like that one. An orange gain, which is essentially the same thing. essentially the same thing. This is a deluxe reverb and a orange RV50, which is a rock reverb 50. I could definitely get by with that. There's a swell delay. Here's a Memory Man delay. The green box in front of it. So yeah, lots of variations there for recording or, you know, whatever I'm up to at the moment. But Helix, as much as I like all your capacitance switches and all the snapshot stuff, it's the reverbs that is the deciding factor between all these units. Okay, the Headrush has really good sounding reverbs, but they do have the party verb. They do have a party verb, which is nice, but they don't have like this cloud burst, you know, big sky, shimmery type stuff that I just prefer on the Toastmaster Pro, honestly. So if I had to put my flag down in the sand right now, it would hurt a little bit because I've been a Headrush guy for such a long time, but the Toastmaster Pro is really full bore where it's at. It's small. You can still add an expression pedal to it if you want to, so you make it a little bit bigger. But just the size of it, the ease of use, the touchscreen, the knobs, the twisty knobs, it's really just a no-brainer. And yes, it's around that $1,500 range, which is what the Fractal is. But yeah, it's just a great unit overall. And I love the Kemper. The Kemper reverbs and delays are amazing as well. There's just something about the workflow of the Kemper. I can get around it because I'm a true professional. I can use any unit I want. It's just a matter of, do I thoroughly enjoy the unit? And if I don't, then there's really no point in just forcing myself to, you know, interact with the unit when I prefer other units way more. So it was like that with the Fractal. The Fractal sounds are amazing. There are some DSP limitations and some block limitations depending on which unit you have. The FM3, the FM9, the AXFX 3. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to force myself to enjoy that unit because I just didn't like how I interacted with the unit, the change and setup sounds and whatnot. So far, flag in the ground, the Toastmaster Pro is the winner of the election. And if you're in the market for something, if you have any other unit and you want to try something else, I would say look no further than the Toastmaster Pro. If you have to find one, if you have to wait and find one used, you know, so be it. If you have to find one on a deal, you know, Sweetwater and Zounds.com, you know, always have some kind of warehouse B stock kind of thing going on. But I am an affiliate partner of Zounds.com, and if you're gonna buy anything, then please use my link. Go to Zounds and buy whatever you're gonna buy anyway. Then I get a nice commission from that. I do get a commission from Sweetwater and from Amazon as well, but Sweetwater is a little bit higher, so I prefer if you use my Sweetwater link if you're gonna buy something. If not, then save your money and, you know, go feed your family or do whatever you gotta do. But if you're gonna buy something anyways, then you know, go ahead and use the Zounds link if you can. Yeah, this is a good rig right here. I don't have all the switch link scene things set up just yet on this one. But it has all the sounds I'd ever want. It has the tremolo. I can turn on a little swell delay. Maybe turn on my celestial reverb. Got that nice ethereal, shimmery thing going on. Alright guys, I gotta go figure out dinner for the kids. Hide the kids, hide the wife. And this has been a little Kiesel action for you. The CT6 with the Amber Burst, 5A top, rosewood fretboard, a nice flame maple head veneer, headstock veneer, chrome hardware. The back is a nice... I'm choking myself here. The back is a nice just mahogany neck and body. And the trim is a hip shot trim. Just nice and smooth. So thanks guys for hanging out. I'm sorry for the one person that gave me a thumbs down, but such is life. And whatever the results of the actual election, let's all be nice to each other and help each other. Help your neighbor out when you can. And love each other, and we'll get by somehow. Okay? So have fun with the gear. Have fun with the guitars and the amps and the pedals and everything else. But the greatest of these is love. And let's love each other. So have a good night, everyone. I will see you next time. Keep rocking.